I love the FA Cup. I truly adore the FA Cup. There has been a fantastic game at the City Ground, and it was a bit of a smash and a Grabban. It's called a pun. Do me a favour. That was amazing. I loved that game so much. It was sensational. Nottingham Forest were fantastic. They're such a brilliant club. I love Forest. I'd love Forest back in the Premier League. You know, sometimes when you go to football, your team are playing and you're playing in the Premier League and you're playing away or home to Bournemouth or to Burnley or to Brighton. It's so uninspiring. Get Forest in the Premier League, a proper football club with a proper history, proper support. Love the scenes from that ground. Love the flare going off. Love seeing the fans on the pitch celebrating, going wild with Lewis Grabban. As he scored that winner, he slid in. It was a beautiful finish. He went with his wrong foot, but it didn't matter. And Arsenal are out of the FA Cup. Arsenal now have one chance of winning silverware this season because they didn't even qualify for Europe last year. They had one less competition. They are now out of the cup. They can't win the league. It is now League Cup or bust for Mikel Arteta. Everything that I've been saying about Arsenal is looking a little bit more true. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it's in the bag, but that was appalling. Nottingham Forest totally deserved it. Nottingham Forest was so much better than Arsenal. They were diligent, they were hardworking, and they totally deserved their victory. Only twice since 1996 have Arsenal been knocked out in the third round of the FA Cup. Both times by Nottingham Forest. What a club they are. What a moment this is. It was just sensational. It was just a perfect cup tie. Everything about it was so good. The cut and the thrust. The underdogs doing everything right. The favourites getting it wrong. Being flat. Being static. Being bullied. Not being up for it. Every single battle was won by the Forest player. Jed Spence. What a player. Bullying Martinelli. Had the better of him throughout. The Arsenal forward line, so static, nothing going on, no movement, no invention, no desperation to win. Don't they want to play at Wembley? I don't understand it. You had Eddie Nketiah there, he had one good chance where he basically faced it. He didn't head it, he didn't chest it, he faced it. Martinelli getting himself booked, looking petulant, being outdone. Everything that Forest did was what you want from your team in a cup tie like that, and they should be very proud. They're a club with genuine ambition. They have a Greek shipping magnate in charge, and they've been spending some money. I think they are now desperate to get back to the Premier League, and they will have had their appetite whet for these big clashes today, and they have shown that they can compete. It is truly, truly brilliant. And Arsenal season now, they are going into a defining period of their season. They're playing Liverpool and Tottenham Liverpool twice in the League Cup and Tottenham in between. And depending on how those results go, will define their season. It is an unbelievable day for football. I've just loved it. I've truly loved it. And Arsenal, they're a victim of their own downfall. They got it so wrong. That Lokonga in the middle for the goal, needlessly surrendering possession in the midfield. Like, what was he doing? What was he doing? Trying to delicately chip, trying to float a dinked pass in central midfield on a Sunday night in a cup tie at the City Ground, away from home in freezing temperatures, under the floodlights. That's not the place for a dinked pass. Be sure, be definite, know what you're doing. Don't be a fool. And that's exactly what he was. And it was Johnson who pounced. Another top-class player. Top-class. Forest have some players, you know. I thought Colback looked all right. I know that he's been about Forest, where he's Newcastle, Sunderland. He's been around, the old Ginger Pele. But I thought he had a good game. I thought Johnson was brilliant. I thought the lad who hit the free kick who played for Arsenal back in the day was brilliant. They were just so good. And they gave Lokonga and Tavares, it was appalling, and got subbed, throwing his gloves off and all that, by the way. There's going to be ramifications for that. Mikel Arteta, not a man to enjoy that sort of thing. Mikel Arteta, not a man to tolerate that sort of behaviour. So I imagine that Tavares could be in a bit of trouble there. We'll have to see how that goes. If you didn't see it, when he got subbed, he took his gloves off, launched them, wouldn't let anyone come near him, looked furious. And as he should. But his performance was appalling. So if he was angry with anyone, it shouldn't be with anyone other than himself. But the way that Arsenal conceded a goal, look, it was Johnson intercepted the ridiculous, lazy, dinked pass from Lokonga, played it onto Yates, he curled in the perfect cross, and bang, lunging Grabban. There he was. Went with his wrong foot. You know, I celebrated this goal massive, by the way. I'm on my sofa, I'm watching it. My wife's trying to feed my kid. as soon as it's hit the bat, I've screamed, I've knocked my drink over. It was just brilliant. I love this competition. And that is the most I've celebrated a non-Chelsea goal for years. I was dancing on the ceiling, as Lionel Richie would say. It was just sensational. It was perfect. And what I don't understand about Arsenal, right? How can you be that good last week and that bad this week? The lack of a consistent strand, the fluctuations of their season, it's appalling. It's appalling. This time last week, I was genuinely asking myself questions. Have I got it wrong with Arsenal? Have I got it wrong with Arteta? Yes, they got beat against Man City, but they took the game to City. They were brilliant. They were brilliant in that game. They deserved more, and they were robbed at the end by Rodri. Glorious. But it happened. And when I try and review games like that, I have to be honest, I have to try and be impartial, and I acknowledge that they were great. How can they be that good last week and that poor this week, under the same management, with the same play? I just don't get it. And that is a sign of a good team. A sign of a good team is consistency. The way that you win silverware is consistency. The way that you climb up the table is consistency, and the way that you qualify for Europe is consistency. If you cannot be consistent, you will not succeed. And if Mikel Arteta can fluctuate from the best performance of the season to the worst performance of the season in the space of 7 days, I'm afraid that he isn't the manager that Arsenal fans keep telling me that he is. I was with Sharky, who I'm sure you know. Sharky Does Sports, brilliant channel. I was with him last night, and we were recording for his channel. And he was talking about the importance of the FA Cup, his love of the FA Cup, and his belief in Arteta. He was so confident going into today. He really thought that Arsenal were going to deliver. He's such an advocate of Mikel Arteta. He's a true believer in him, and he keeps talking about things like process and saying things to me that I love. I rate his opinion so highly as well, Sharky, but he tells me things that aren't tangible. He's talking about the process and the belief and the structure and the approach and things like that. The results are what matters. The results, the performances. What is Tavares doing? How has he got away with a performance like that? Why has he put in a performance like that? What is Lokonga doing, giving the ball away like that? Why are the centre-forwards for Arsenal, whoever it was, whether it was Martinelli, whether it was Nketiah, whether it was Lacazette, who I rate highly, why are they putting in such abject performances as that? And I just don't get it. And this consistency thing is going to be an issue, a real issue. I have to say, by the way, huge shout out to Arsenal on that incredible shirt that they were wearing today. If you haven't seen it, they played in all white, very faint sponsorship, very faint testament to who's playing on the back. And it was all to say no more red. And it was just to try and stop the knife crime that is like polluting and is a bit of an epidemic across London. So huge shout out to Arsenal, and I believe Adidas, who put that together. It was really good. I think Idris Elba was heavily involved as well. So that was a massive, and it was a beautiful shirt. I don't think you can buy them. I think they're auctioning them off. So if you've got a few quid, get involved, because they're a beautiful shirt for an exceptional cause. But what a game this was. I mean, Brennan Johnson, excellent. Jed Spence, man of the match, right? Jed Spence has to be man of the match in a game like this. Just amazing. I mean, Saka probably should have scored. There was a moment where Saka went through, and he should have lobbed the keeper. In the end, he put in a decent cross. Lacazette let it go through his legs, but the chance was actually Bukayo Saka's, and as it bounced over him, he needed to attack the ball with his right foot, lob the keeper. Didn't do it, bottled it, and I don't think Arsenal really had a chance. I mean, Arteta sent Kolasinac on when it was backs against the wall. FA Cup, let's make it happen. Keep yourself in the tournament. Kolasinac comes on. Didn't send the keeper up. Don't they get it? Don't they get it? What are they not? Throw the keeper up, lose 2-0. Throw the keeper up, maybe win the game, lose 2-0. Arteta gets it wrong time and time again. And I saw this one come in. An amazing weekend of cup football. I've loved it, and I've loved sharing it all with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for liking these videos. I love it when I see the cup videos get a decent amount of likes. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like it. Please click subscribe. The community that we're building on this channel means the world to me, and I would love for you to join it. What a game that was. What a moment. For the rest of your days, my friends, go easy, step lightly, and stay free. I'm out. Viva Lewis Grabban. Wallop.